if you jump straight in as an entrepreneur and think you're going to be growing your business, be successful, you're going to be shocked because it just does not work that way. What is happiness? Would you want it? If I could give you a wish, would you be happy all the time?
Everything has a curve of going up and going down.
Yeah.
So definitely next 10 to 20 years will be really interesting because it's from one era to another era in a very fast speed. Just think, even 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, touch screen phone were not that much.
Yeah.
But 10 to 12 years. And one thing also really interesting is the graph of improvement and the graph of technology advancement overall whole level, it's very fast now. Previously, maybe one scientist thinking of something and then that we know, but to one person. But it's in all, there are many, many people because of the access of previous data. A lot of people has the access to data to continue it. So yeah, I think if you have enough money to at least run your life, then you will be really enjoying it. But if you're the victim of, then definitely there is also a very big era is coming.
Yeah, I kind of feel that there's like in the kind of work that I do, so many people just don't realize where do they set their happiness point? What is happiness? Because I ask people, do you want to be happy all the time? And some people and I'm like, well, would you want it? If I could give you a wish, would you be happy all the time? When they think about it, they go, no, actually, no. I need to have like variance from being sad and happy to have feeling. Yeah, to really appreciate me. So I think it's more the awareness around people about what really makes a fulfilling life. Because money, once you've reached that magic point of, say, 120 grand a year or something, and you're stable, your brain starts to reset. And it's what makes you feel content, what makes you feel fulfilled. Money should be just a very small, once you have enough to make you secure, then what?
Definitely. I think for happiness, the most important part is first defining it and really purposefully defining it. Without the definition, you will be always looking for it and trying to connect the dots, and it will never be connected because you haven't defined what you are trying to achieve by connecting the dots.
That's really like one of the things I do a lot with it when I'm doing leadership coaching. If it's falling into transition, one of the most best things I do, I say, right, okay, we're going to go forward. We're going to coach just in the future. And I say, like, we're just getting put a hat on or something. I say, we're now in 2027. And I want you to tell me now what success looks like. But you're there. Tell me what it is. Explain. We're in the moment. You just call me up this moment to tell me you've been really successful. If I'm saying like, Roki, like, 2027, what did you do to be so successful? Then it gets interesting. Then they start like, wow, I did this, I did that. And then I'm like, okay, what hurdles did you overcome? Oh, I did this. What skills did you get?
This podcast was supposed to be something related to business, how you are doing the business. It ended up a philosophical podcast. We just slightly get back to your business and definitely we had a very good talk. There's also part of the things that you are doing, right? Help people to find their purpose because in leadership, purpose is really important. And how have you transitioned from your corporate to entrepreneurial journey? And as a coach, how hard it is to generate appointments or generate business? When you transition, it's not your job, right? But when you are doing a solopreneurship, then you have to figure it out. How can I get more people to talk with me? Then how have you solved it? What was your thought process? Because the people, my friend or anyone that I try to encourage them to start a business, only one thing, because they already know how to serve, because they are serving the company.
That's a good question. Yeah, so the way I looked at it, and this is a kind of recent learning. I'm in my transition now for 3.5 years, something like that. And you've really got to break it into phases. If you jump straight in as an entrepreneur and think you're going to be growing your business, be successful, you're going to be shocked because it just does not work that way. Yeah. Phase one was education for me, having the right education in how to coach, how to do executive transitions, how to take all that experience from me in leadership, but put it in a framework I could share it. Then phase two really become the first piece of really starting to try to find clients. Yeah. Here's the biggest learning in coaching. If you're going to be successful in a coach, you're going to have to design your market. And the caveat here is if you're a standalone coach, if you're working for a company or the structure, if you part-time, you'll still make a living with coaching. If you're an entrepreneur trying to make a living completely from coaching, you better get ready for the reality. because they don't tell you that all of these, they talk about agencies now and stuff like that. You can't get into it. You can have all of the certifications, they're flooded. Where I came to in phase 3 was commercial. And it was, how do I get seriously commercial clients? And it all comes back, really back to a big change in your mindset. I don't look for clients to earn money. I mean, okay, you've got to earn money here. I look just for clients to see how I can work and serve and support what is their need. The process that I've ended up coming up with is I actually go through a formula where I will talk to prospective clients 3 times. And the first one is a connect, a half an hour, just chat, swap stories. If I hear things in there that I think are a challenge or an opportunity, I bring it up and I'll say, I'm hearing this. This sounds like you've got challenges. And I'm saying, well, what do you do about that? And they're like, well, nothing really. And I'm like, well, how would you like to go to what I call possibility call? And then that's like a 60, 90-minute coaching call where I'm going to really go deep in the coaching. I'm really going to see what I can find. We come out of that coaching call, and then I'm very clear on there's going to be 3 different outcomes. One, they're going to be done, they can go. They find it interesting, but still not convinced. And we can do another little mini call or 3. And then we go to a final, what I call commitment call. And that's where we really define the gap from where they want to go to where they are. The most important thing with this, in no point am I looking for anything to sell or any money. I'm just looking at, is there going to be something I'm going to be of service with to them? And once I come out of that, if I'm doing that process right, that's where my clients will be in that process.
While talking about AI and then also your coaching, I'm just thinking one thing is, have you ever thought of replicating yourself through an AI? And then because you put all of your knowledge there, and then people can just have access to that?
That's happening already. Not me, but there's others doing it. Yeah. That's a great question that's opened up in the whole of coaching consulting world. AI agents take over. Now, there's going to be a place for.
Or maybe like, for example, you can give it someone a coaching and then you give them the access of your knowledge.
Yeah.
They can ask any questions. Maybe you have coached, if you want to go specific, not one-to-one, but coach many people. And then if you give them the access to yourself, in a sense, you put in all the knowledge. If they're asking anything that's not in the knowledge base, maybe you can again upload it. Yeah. How do you look at that?
As in AI version of me.
AI version of John, who is, because if you direct it to different way, it will give you different, and then no matter how much information it has, it will be always too much information to give you a solutions.
Yeah, that's true. Am I thinking about it? For sure. Yeah. I think a lot of people thinking about it, but I think the reality is that people will work with an AI kind of agent to a certain degree, always going to want to have interface, sort of that realness of it. Yeah. So there's going to be place for it. And I think that's what we're all still trying to work out. But a great example of it is that if I want to be really impactful in a coaching situation, I can actually go now to any of the AI, Google Gemini, chat, and I can say, act like this coach. Tell me this. And it's amazing what comes back. You're almost creating your own version of it.
The thing is that would have to be very popular. Otherwise, it will not have the information. Our idea, actually, we have built something for a negotiation coach.
Yeah.
So what the problem is, when he's giving the coaching and then people needs to practice or people needs to learn more or a certain situation or anything, it's not possible to always message the coach.
Yeah.
So that's once you create yourself, anyone can ask question and it will be only answered from your knowledge.
Yeah.
Also, there is one guy, forgot his name. He creates a lot of videos and he goes to people and asks, what's your dream and why you are not achieving it? Offers money or ideas. So now he's saying, I will stop it. I will not do it anymore. But I have created this AI. You can just ask it and it will give you answer with your business idea and all. So something.
Yeah. Well, with vibe coding and stuff, the coding now is going to go to the masses. So a thing that even I think about, I do something, you got Google AI Studio. Yeah. That's vibe coding. You can go there, start creating your own little app, whatever. So yeah, I think the answer to your question is that you definitely see AI appearing in coaching. Where, into what space, into what usage? And is it going to be an entry level? And then there's going to be this level that pushes coaching up, should we say human coaching, to a higher level.
The idea is it should be complementary to at any level. For example, you are achieving something and then you think how it can be more effective through.
Yeah.
It could be like, for example, you have coached someone through AI, and then you have created a bot which will be asking that person different questions throughout the day. Maybe after 15 days, it will create a report for you to do the session. So it will be something that's helping you make your coaching more effective, not replacing you or replacing the beginner level or end level. You just need to think, okay, what's the end goal? Okay, this person needs to think like this. Then what I'm doing manually as a human, that's totally fine. But how AI can also get involved and make it even, so it will make you powerful, and then you can differentiate yourself very easily from others.
One of the most difficult things that AI is going to struggle is intuition. Yeah. So like, as I'm talking with you, I don't just listen to the voice. I'm looking at you and I'm kind of like the mannerisms, the feeling, the eyes. AI can't do that at the moment. Might be able to do it in the future, but that instinct, that intuition, that feeling, like something is behind that. And what is it? You said I can so much information, so many different angles, so many different things. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to appear, I think, in the next year, 2 years around these AI coaches that are coming along, because they are happening already. They are starting to show up.
That's why you need to have a specific up for that. Next 2 years, these kind of things will happen. Then what will happen? Then there will come a fix, because these things will create problem, and there will be some new business to fix. It's that you bring something, you have manufacturing companies, this and that creates carbon and all. You have the layer and all the global warming and all. Then now you are planning to fix it. You create them, there is side effect, then you take another medicine. And one big thing that will come is the operating system that we use will completely change. For an example, I was launching this script, and previously there were buttons. Now there is a chat. It asked me what you want to do. I said, I want to start a podcast. I'll send it to you. This is the first thing I have seen in a tool. It's not asking generate anything. It's just asking what you want to do. In what there are multiple options. And also there will be no keyboard very soon, because your operating system will understand when you want to write, when you want to talk. I don't need anymore, because the dictation is so good. Even with my broken English, I can just press 2 buttons and it's started. Now I'm looking for something. Whenever I press any place, that's something to write. I want to stop using the keyboard, to be honest. I just want the So slowly, what you do, it will go down. And then things will come where every tool is not working as a human. Because as a human, you just talk. So the computer will talk. Everything will talk. And then what else is coming is, for an example, I don't know if it's coming, but I'm doing it. I'm buying a new PC with a very high configuration. I will install the ChatGPT agent type of thing, open source, it's there. And then I will open 20 agents doing 20 different things. And I will really learn it how to give the instruction and then set it up. And it will be something like this. You connect it with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is taking the decision and creating the structure and sending it to your agent. And at a very lower cost, I'm being able to achieve. Then I will find people to do one person running 20 agents. So what the business will be, there will be still people in next 5 years, those who are transitioning. So you can do a lot of business out of them because they are transitioning and they won't be able to. But one thing is everyone will learn it. Because my father, he didn't use button phone properly. Just call and call, they just cut it. But what happened when my brother went to US and he's living there, he started using the phone. Now he can do many things from there. Why? Because he was forced to do it. So everyone will learn AI. There is no other option. And slowly, it will become so simple. Is there any person that cannot use a touch phone now? Even very few, maybe their purpose would not. So AI will become like that. And the next thing is there will be no phone. There will be no phone, nothing, just a glass. That's talking you, showing you visual things, because you don't need that interface anymore. Like, tell me, why should I touch something to scroll through LinkedIn? I can just, I'm listening, right? So what will you call it? Eyes, air, these are, you have different things to interact with, right? You look at, since the hand will stop because you don't need the hand. So you look at an iPhone. Why do I need iPhone? What am I doing? I'm sending you a message. So I just say, hey, I want to send John a message. Remember, I recorded a podcast with him yesterday. Oh yeah, what is this about? Okay, I just want, and I will not even take a decision. I'll just say, hey, we had the podcast. Find any opportunity to do business. It will go online, search, and then start a conversation. And then it's just the what? And what am I doing? Actually, I'm in the beach. Just like thinking. So if you can leverage it, that's your life. If you're not leveraging it, then something else. So that's what I believe. And I'm prepared. Like, cool. And I'll just add, you were talking about AI agents. What else I believe in, even you die, I die. there will be a version of us that agents are talking to get some information.
Yeah.
So actually, I have already, that's why I'm creating the agent. I want to replicate myself, and it will be open to any agent that come and then talk to it. Maybe I have some wisdom I can share. This is your date. All the agents are. So just think about it.
I'd read some stuff about this and it was interesting.
It's really nice to you, John. And thank you very much for joining. Thank you everyone for watching. Any last word for the audience?
I would just say that don't be afraid of technology. If we go back to when the internet really started going mainstream in the 90s, there'd be far more goodness come out of AI than badness. But it'd be far more good. I can only see AI and technology solving some of the biggest problems we have in humanity. So don't fear it. And I would say be open to being more continuous learning as you age. Don't think you stop learning, keep learning. It's my
Just add one more thing to that is understand your strength. There are many things out there that AI cannot replace. You have to start something. Restaurants, this and that. There are many things to do. Just don't be afraid and find your strength and just keep doing it.
Oh,
okay. Then thank you, John.
okay.